Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very belated new upload. I am terribly sorry for the long space between my last upload and this upload. I've been trying to take care of some things in my personal life. I've been dealing with some family stuff, and I've also been trying to get together things to do these sorts of things for uploading videos and such. Now, I have 3 videos that I have ready to go. I'm uploading the Dracula one first. The K91 and Annihilator I will upload in a dual package in a little bit. The Dracula video is something I'd like to show you guys personally because I think it shows what an effective use of relocation, an effective use of your tank, and an effective knowledge of enemy positions can cause for you to be able to pull out victories such as this. This was a 2.6k game, 4 kills, mastery, supremacy carry. Now, we're going to be starting with the enemies lineup looking as a T-29, M6, Tier 7, a Cheery, a J-Panther 1. The J-Panther 1 is the tank that scared me the most out of this lineup because it's got a very tough frontal armor system, and its gun is very fast, accurate, and it does 300 damage per shot. It's a broken tank that I honestly think deserves a nerf to the frontal armor or the gun, one of the two. But that's besides the point. So I've spotted over C in a position that is used by most mediums to spot. Looks like the Cheery is shooting the rock. You can see the particulates of the rock shrapnel being sent out. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for them to push into me. This tank works best when you ambush in bottleneck situations. I was not able to get a shot on the ARL here. He dipped out of my line of sight before I could. Then I got hung up on a rock, and before I could fix it, a J-Panther showed up. I whiffed the shot here to take 300 damage. And then I sit and wait. I want to return what was given. I basically returned the exact amount of damage he did to me. Now I know I'm not going to survive. There's like 5 tanks versus 2, 3 if you count the guy behind who didn't die. So I know I have to get to the tracks. The tracks, there's safety. There's cover there. There's places to break up my line of sight from enemies so I can break away. Yes, I did leave my TD to the wolves. I left the Sioux to be devoured by the enemy team. And that was bad, and that was wrong of me to do. I should not have left my Sioux to the wolves, but I was just playing late at night, and I was just of the mindset of, okay, I'm just going to play. And so I know I had to cap A. This A cap actually plays into the battle a lot later in the video. It's the reason I win. But more on that later. So, after capping this, I know I have to get back around so I can start dealing damage to take on the enemy team's prowess. We're down 2 tanks, and honestly, they have the upper hand because they have tanks with better armor and better DPM than my team. And so the Lycan is going to get devoured here. He's not in a good position. He's going up against a full health American Heavy, and that's bad news bears for anyone who knows, facing the M6. If you don't aim and if you don't bounce shots, you're not going to last long against the Goose. I know that there's probably a sniper up on C, because once you take C, there's usually someone who stays up on C to farm damage and be effective lookout scout. So I know that a tank probably stayed behind voluntarily, and lo and behold, it's that J-Panther. I get a nice high roll into the side, load my APCR. I know I have to pen this next shot or I'm going to take another massive hit, and that's going to ruin the game. As soon as I clear that rock, I fired. I even fired a little bit before clearing the rock to make sure the server lag wouldn't get me killed. Now, I should have gone for the T-29. I went for the Sioux instead. If I had taken down the T-29, that would have been one less tank. He ends up, the kill gets taken by another tank. And at this point, I am at 800 damage, 2 bases capped, and I'm just looking to farm the enemy team at this point. I don't know where the Cheery is, I know where the Arl is, I know where the M6 is. My team seems to be holding pretty stalwart against them, however, so I'm not worried. Now, as I round this corner, I spot the Cheery. He's kind of clueless. I almost felt bad for killing him. Dude didn't know which way was up. Probably on his reload as well. Knew the tank was toast. And I get another nice shot into the RL here. This is where situational awareness is key, because if that RL had been aware of my presence and where I was, he would not have sat there in that spot. He would have moved farther down to the house instead of sitting in that hollow. Now it's just me alone against the M6 and the ARL. I know I can't tangle with either, because the second I get engaged with one, the other's going to come swooping into the rescue. I realize they're probably both at A. I should do some spotting. A few seconds later, I'm confirmed there is someone at A. I load my APCR because I know a heavy's going to be there. I know the Goose most likely. He was the one down in the hollow. I get a nice pen, but he gets a nice pen. I pop packs, adrenaline. He lights me on fire, because yes. Now, I didn't know this prior to the battle, his turret is very much able to keep up with me. I got lucky here. He did not get a high roll, he only did about 300 damage. I was lucky to survive. I got 1k cap points, however, and that was all I needed to win, with 2.6k and a mastery. Now, the thing I like about the Dracula, now people will praise the tank over and over again. It's an amazing tank. It's got great speed. It's got great penetration. It's got great reload. It's got great spotting. It's got amazing side skirting. It's immune to HEs from the side, essentially, because of the way the side armor is designed. But the thing I love most about the Dracula is how easy it is to carry. I've got about 5 or 6 mastery battles on this tank. Now, shout out to this guy, because he carried his team. He was the sole reason his team was even in the running at the end. And that M6 deserves all the praise that you guys can toss his way. Now, the thing I didn't realize, I took 19 shots, so I missed 4, but every shot that I shot at a tank, I penned, which is not something that usually happens. Normally I get a BS bounce or a BS form of RNG. Now, these tanks, they were just a means to an end. I feel kind of bad about the Cheery, if I'm being completely honest. He didn't deserve what he got. But, yeah, that's the battle. That was the replay. If you have any suggestions for further uploads I could do, and again, just highlighting the fact it's got decent spotting, it's got decent engine capacity, it's got 42 power to weight, 54 average speed. I was hitting 70 on the field, and amazing APCR penetration for a medium. It's no Type 62, but it'll get the job done. So, yeah, that's the battle, that's the tank. If you have any ideas for further content I could do, if you want to see certain types of tanks played, if you want to see certain types of things done, if you want to see like platoon streams, if you want to see normal streams, if you want to see me start doing more elevated gameplay, be sure to let me know. But if you like the video, please give it a like, a subscribe, and stay frosty.